Despite this anti-American sentiment, Nicaragua says it is not training terrorists to kill Americans. Instead, the Sandinistas say their military efforts are aimed at fighting U.S.-backed Contras who are trying to overthrow the Nicaraguan government. To protest what he calls American intervention, Nicaraguan Foreign Minister Miguel Descoto is into the fourth week of a fast for peace.
Terrorista que se quiera desatar contra Nicaragua, de manera que
the Nicaraguan vice president says the Reagan administration would be guilty of terrorism if it retaliates against Nicaragua for the death of another American in this region. This past weekend, these Sandinista troops enjoyed a rare respite from fighting the Contras and were able to celebrate success at keeping the Contras on the run. 21-year-old Manuel Coronel was able to visit with his girlfriend and family, whom he hadn't seen in months. It was a special occasion for the troops to spend time with their loved ones. The soldiers even had enough fight in them to put on boxing matches. This break from the action for Manuel and his buddies didn't last very long. They know that the Contras are just a few miles from here, and that means that these troops will have to move out again soon. Carlos Aguilar, CBS News, Matagalpa Province in northern Nicaragua. The Sandinistas are hitting the Contras with everything they have. All 6 of the Russian helicopter gunships are being used, in addition to other aircraft and large numbers of ground troops. For 4 hours yesterday, the Contras took the town of La Trinidad in Esteli Province in northern Nicaragua. These 5 Contras were killed as they retreated into the surrounding mountains. This past week, the Contras have dynamited 2 bridges, one just 80 miles from the capital city of Managua. This is the deepest penetration into Nicaragua that the Contras have made to date. The Contras have also killed about 50 Sandinista soldiers and militia. In addition, they ambushed 8 women on their way to visit their sons at a Sandinista military training camp. There's been heavy fighting as the Sandinistas chase the Contras. Caught in the middle are the people who live in the area. Many are fleeing for fear of their lives.
Por miedo a que podamos morir ahí de un combate.
The Sandinistas say they have the situation under control, yet each morning has brought new action by the Contras. Carlos Aguilar, CBS News, Nicaragua.
Keep an eye out for that plane.
The Russian helicopter gunships are out in force, 5 on this mission. The Sandinistas are also deploying large numbers of troops. Their target, the U.S.-backed Contras, who this week have made their deepest penetration into Nicaragua to date. They've been successful in dynamiting bridges. This one is within 100 miles of the capital city of Managua. These are some of the victims of the Contra attacks. 8 women killed in an ambush. They were on their way to visit their sons at a Sandinista military training camp. Also killed this week, close to 50 Sandinista soldiers and militia.
¿Acaso no actuar como fascista y peor que Hitler?
Hitler and President Reagan are alike, says Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega, by supporting the Contras who are trying to exterminate the Sandinistas. This family feared for its life and decided to leave to get away from the Contras and the fighting. Although the Sandinistas have launched a large offensive against the Contras, they've had little success. On this operation in Esteli Province in northern Nicaragua, the Sandinistas thought they had the Contras on the run.
Hola.
The Sandinistas' objective is to surround the Contras and force the enemy to retreat through this pass. Beyond these mountains, the Contras have their base camps along the Honduran border. The Contras didn't show up. Instead, they surfaced further inland, where they blew up another bridge. Carlos Aguilar, CBS News, Esteli Province in northern Nicaragua.